What worries me the most about this growing enthusiasm for an America First style of politics is not actually its basis on idolatry, personality cults, the transparent virtue signalling in the direction of Nazi apologia, or the rage porn that the very online audience feeds on, as horrendous as all of those things are. Now, the thing that worries me is the performative sleepwalking, and I've noticed this a lot on X recently, into accepting as an alternative to the current post-war consensus a completely irrationalistic and isolationist philosophy that would involve every nation only caring about itself and who it recognises as its people. With this point, I have in mind certain individuals in the Restore Britain camp who seem to be weirdly turned on by Nick Fuentes' dark energy. Now, the immediate response I would expect to get to my virtual interlocutors, you could say, is, well, why shouldn't nation states only care about themselves and their recognised peoples? Isn't that what nation states are literally for? Well, to that I'd say there's an important difference to be made between prioritising your nation's interest as a policy, which I agree is a functional prerogative for nation states, and committing to the view that your nation's interests are the only ones that matter. The phrase America First, funny enough, invokes the first definition, not the second, but I'll put that aside for now. Saying your interests are the only ones that matter, and making that idea the guiding principle of your country's foreign policy is absolutely fine until you find yourself being confronted by a rogue satanic nonce-state of the kind that the dissident right thinkers seem to think actually exists. Especially when it happens to be later down the line a superior military power to you, and nobody comes to your rescue because there's nothing like NATO, and you've completely dismantled all the recognised international prerogatives that were established to prevent such an event from happening in the first place. Practically speaking, and I'm appealing to practical reason here, if you know what that is, national security on any level, including the right to preserve communities and traditions, practically requires a framework of international cooperation, no matter how minimal, in order to prevent an evil military superpower or a rogue state of any kind from turning up and displacing a legitimate population by force. Whatever the grounds of that legitimacy is, in your view.